I remember back in 11th grade, my parents were hosting a celebration of some kind, and they were always very, enjoyable. But I remember this one was a little larger than usual, which was fine because my parents always let us invite all our friends so we could have a blast too. It wasn't just a ton of sad old people drinking alone, which now, being my age, sounds like a blast, but anyway, I digress. Now, at the time, me and my best friend Mike were talking to one of my lifelong friends, Olivia. We had become a group of three. We always had a great time together. Now, a little backstory: Olivia is drop dead gorgeous. She's absolutely beautiful. If eyes could get erect, they would be if you saw this woman. Just stunning. Even when I met her first in first grade, I didn't know what a boner was, but I was promptly introduced to one after meeting her. But anyway, I grew up with her and went to school with her. We stayed pretty close throughout the years. There's some times when we didn't see each other, but we always saw each other for big events. So I could always banter around with her, and she never really gave a shit what I said. And also, I did kind of have a bit of a crush on her throughout, the entire time knowing on her, but I just never acted on it until this night when I was bitten by, some say, the Risley Bear. Let's just say I decided to test Lady Luck with a pickup line that would have made Alpha M jealous. I remember I had a bit to drink, but either way, I still totally would have said what I was going to say. It really might as well have been tonic water. No influence at all. I was all game. Basically, we were talking, and I was doing that kind of joking thing of make a comment and then saying, just kidding. Unless. No, unless. Maybe. Except eventually I just came out swinging. I puffed my chest, puckered my lips, and said, Olivia, you're so hot, I would let you step on my balls with high stiletto heels. As if it were a privilege, I let her do that. In a shock to the Vegas odds, she was not turned on. But she did laugh. Story of my life. I know, hard to believe, but you're looking at a primary source right here. But the reason I tell this story, it's not her reaction, but it was what was behind me as I said this. Because I say this, and I'm like, score, guess who's getting laid? But then I hear from behind me, you want her to do what to your nuts? So I now, white in the face, turn around, and it's my aunt. Now, this puts me in a hot predicament because what do I say here? What the fuck do I actually say here? There is no way out. I can't make up something like, oh, no, no, well, it's just a figure of expression. Step on my nuts, that just means we're having a good time, doing a little boogie. She's really stepping on my nuts. She's making me laugh. She's having a good... No, I can't say that. No, because I knew the truth. No, I knew the truth. I wanted her foot coming down on my scrotum like Isaac Clarke's foot on a necromorph, and I owned up to it. I looked her dead in the eye and said, my nuts. I want her to step on my nuts. I felt braver than I ever did. And she just kind of looked at me confused and said, why are you asking her to do that? And honestly, to this day, I'm not too sure. I think a few theories. Either I was possessed by the ghost of Risma's future and he was having a bad day, or I also like kind of high risk, low reward situations. If that worked, that'd be a great story that I could never live down. And I think it also has to do with the fact that she lets me. There's no consequences, just laughs. It was always a fun time. When you can have a friend like that or something where you can just say anything, and for some reason they love it and don't report you to HR. But man, it was just her look. From her perspective, she's looking, she sees her nephew talking to this absolutely stunning girl. And he's talking, he's hanging out with her. And then you finally get to hear a conversation. And it involves him telling her to smush his nuts until it's just sag. Just a sack of fucking gumbo hanging from my taint. And to that, even though fair enough, to that I say, fortune favors the bold, auntie. So, short story, but more of the story, before you ask someone to jump on your nuts like they're trying to make wine the old-fashioned way, make sure you know where your aunt is. Anyway, bye.